Hey guys, this is James with RogueDuelist Trade, and on this channel we talk about current and upcoming Yu-Gi-Oh product and whether or not you should invest your money in order to profit. We are just getting out of market launch weekend for Maximum Gold, and there has been a lot of fluctuations within singles for Maximum Gold, whether positive or negative. I was recommending that this is not a product that I feel is something you should invest in and open on market launch weekend because I felt the value would drop very significantly, very similar to 2020 Tins of Lost Memories. But I would say it did not drop as significantly. We'll discuss my recommendations towards the end of this video as to what to do with Maximum Gold as a potential short or long-term investment. Before this video, as for singles within Maximum Gold, we are going to go over the top 5 winners and losers in this product. And that's going to be based on how much value has gone up or down for the winners and losers that we're going to go over in today's video. Before we jump in, if you guys would like to get ratios for Maximum Gold, we have a sample size of 26 cases that came from Pro Play Games. You guys can get access to my ratios video for Maximum Gold on the RDT Patreon in partnership with Pro Play Games. Not only do you guys get ratios on the latest product, but you can also get near wholesale rates for upcoming Yu-Gi-Oh product as low as $630 per case for main sets. Note that pre-orders are always 3 months before product actually comes out. Also, if you guys would like to see fun Yu-Gi-Oh skits for me, make sure you follow me and subscribe on RogueDuelist TV. Let's go ahead and jump into our top 5 winners and losers within Maximum Gold. Do note that the pricing within Maximum Gold has been fluctuating daily. I think it is now starting to kind of see a stasis. So if you're seeing this video a little bit later, some of these numbers are probably subject to change. But we're gonna go ahead and start with our top 5 winners within Maximum Gold. And starting from worst to best, number 5 for our top winners within Maximum Gold is going to be Dark Magician. Dark Magician is one of the Manila monsters that people were absolutely looking forward to from a nostalgic perspective, and it's very interesting to see that nostalgia really is king within the TCG type of community, and Dark Magician started at $10.51 during pre-sales, which was highly undervalued because it shot up by 62%, hitting $17 as of November 16th. If any of you guys went in and bought Dark Magician, you guys have definitely seen an increase in estimated value, and from my perspective, I don't think now's the time to sell. If you guys bought this card hoping for it to go up in value, I think in time, because of this premium gold rarity and because it's the OG art, I feel it can only go up from here. But that's just my gut feeling. Definitely go based on what you're comfortable with and what you're estimating as to what you want to do with your investment. Coming in at number 4 for our top winners within Maximum Gold is going to be Droll and Lockbird. This is the alternate art of Droll and Lockbird being seen first within Maximum Gold, also coming as a premium gold rarity. And guys, I cannot emphasize enough that a lot of people have been very excited for this premium gold rarity. On pre-sales on November 10th, this card started at $3.47 and has gone up to $6.38 as of November 16th, which is an 84% increase, which is very significant. So the larger quantities that you may have opened of this card or have bought singles of this card, obviously, the more you bought, the higher return you're going to be seeing. Definitely for these lower value cards, if you guys invested into it, hopefully it was a significant amount, because if you did, then you should be seeing a pretty significant return, an 84% return. But then again, you would have to minus your fees and sales and all that type of stuff, which would reduce, but still very significant. Coming in at number 3 for our top winners within Maximum Gold is going to be Super Polymerization. Super Poly has seen its fair share of reprints and a variety of different rarities. I believe it's most recently come as a common within the Shadal structure deck. But interestingly enough, that doesn't seem to matter. Even though the price started at 82 cents during pre-sales, it more than doubled in value, hitting $1.67 per Super Poly, which is a 104% increase. Something I'm going to summarize towards the end of this video. Even though most people probably have their playset of Super Polymerizations, what's interesting about Maximum Gold is that that doesn't really matter. Even though people already have their playset, people want to have a playset in Maximum Gold rarity. And I think that is something that you need to consider for this set as a whole, is that even though this is a reprint set and people have a lot of these cards already, or we are flooding the market with more reprints of these cards, this is the first we're going to be having prints in this rarity. And I think Super Poly is a perfect example because this card is a perfect tech card within today's meta. It's also a nostalgic card if you watch watched Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, which are both main factors as to why this card has shot up in value, one being a premium gold rare, one being a nostalgic card, and one being a tech card that can be used in meta formats to come, especially in our current format. Coming in at number 2 within our top 5 winners in Maximum Gold, which is something you guys might not have guessed, is Cyber Dragon Infinity. Although the value of this card is nothing that's too crazy, it started at 48 cents, and for some reason this card went up to $1.15. Now, if you guys watched my ratio video on the Patreon, that might give some more indication as to why this card might have gone up in value, but it went up by 140%. And again, I know it's only $1.15, but it does show that there is a level of demand which had to push the value of this card higher in value. Now, Cyber Dragons is definitely a fan favorite archetype. It has seen some level of meta play to some extent, I think within Orcus in the past. So this is definitely an engine that can see meta play maybe in the future as well. But I think being a fan favorite, coming in this higher rarity and probably other factors as well, this card has saw a large increase in value. Coming in our number 1 spot for our top winners within Maximum Gold, you guys might have guessed it, is going to be Blue Eyes White Dragon. Now this is the OG art of Blue Eyes White Dragon. This is the art that was played by Kaiba in the original anime, and it came in a premium gold rare that a lot of people were very excited to see. We actually saw this in its premium gold rarity in the OCG, which looked absolutely stunning. So it's no surprise that as we got this card, being as nostalgic as it is, that it shot up in value so significantly. And there's a lot of other factors to play. This card was underprinted significantly, so this would be considered a short print to an extent. Its value during pre-sale started at $10.64 and quickly got bought out to $26.69, which is a 151% value increase. Now, this could be artificial with the amount of people that wanted to go in on this card as an investment. So I don't know how long this value will stick. It depends on how many people bought into this card and then how many people want to quickly offload it because they're already happy with the increase that they're seeing. Keep in mind there's going to be a large influx of this card coming into the market in a near mint premium gold rarity that a lot of people might go and try to get graded. I don't know if you would want to get this graded or not. I would probably hold off on doing that because there's probably going to be a large amount of people doing it, and there's going to be a large amount in near mint condition that are going to be graded. So with that, I don't know how much getting it graded is really going to increase in value. Definitely not my expertise. Definitely something that would be great input from Solemn Yu-Gi-Oh! So Solemn, if you see this video, would definitely be great to see your take on Maximum Gold. But this is definitely not only the highest value card in this set, but is also the card that has seen the highest percentage increase overall within Maximum Gold. Now we're going to start with our bottom 5 or top 5 losers within Maximum Gold. And guys, keep in mind this is subject to change. These are the lows, but they could go up in the near future. So now starting from least decrease in value to the most decrease in value, our number 5 top loser within Maximum Gold is going to be Zodiac Chalkanine. Chalkanine's value was at $2.85 during pre-sales and went all the way under $1 at 96 cents currently as of November 16th, which is a 66% decrease in value. Now, if you guys are interested in Zodiac, and Zodiac has been showing a lot of promise within today's meta, this could be a card that you might want to consider investing in. I don't believe there's been a lot of reprints of this card. If anything, this might be the first reprint. This could be a good investment to go into if it does start to see more meta play and people want to play it in this premium gold rarity. Our number 4 loser within Maximum Gold is going to be Nurse Dragon Maid. So Nurse Dragon Maid was at $8.56. Now I do know that the original value of this card was fairly high, which is why I think it started around this value, but it did go down very significantly to $1.75, which is an 80% decrease in value. You don't always go based on what the previous print's value is at, because if this card was not short printed and you see it in abundance, now it's going to be based on what the demand is for Nurse Dragon Maid or Dragon Maids in general. Obviously, the print ratio was high enough to where there was enough in the marketplace to where there was not enough demand where this value started to go down fairly quickly, going down by 80%. Our number 3 loser within Maximum Gold is going to be Zodiac Trident. Now, Trident was not as high as value as Chalkonine. It was sitting at about $1.33, but it went all the way down to less than a quarter, being at 20 cents. So an 85% reduction in value. Now, if you bought this card at $1.33, you're probably not too worried because you lost maybe like $1 per card, which isn't the end of the world. But if you went into this card as an investment at $1.33 as an example, probably wanted to wait until it was about 20 cents. For the same reasons I mentioned for Chalkonine, this card probably has a chance to go up in value. I don't think there was a lot of reprints. I would say this is probably at its bottom. So if you guys are interested in this card, now's probably the time to pick it up. Coming in as our number 2 loser within Maximum Gold, interestingly enough, is Infernity Mirage. Now, I don't know a lot about the Infernity archetype. I haven't been back in Yu-Gi-Oh long enough, but this card was sitting at $1.81 and shot down under a quarter to 24 cents. So this was an 87% decrease. It's an interesting card because you can bring out 2 Infernity monsters from your graveyard by tributing itself, but I don't really know how meta Infernities are. So you guys definitely go based on what you know about Infernities. If this is a card you want to invest into, it's definitely at the price point where it's time to buy, but it went down very significantly and definitely not at the value that vendors were giving it during pre-sales. So coming in our number 1 spot for our very top loser within Maximum Gold, and guys, keep in mind, I'm gonna go over honorable mentions because I don't think any of you guys were going to guess this card. A lot of the cards that you may be thinking would be in this slot are likely gonna be in the honorable mentions. But this spot is gonna have to go to Stardust Charge Warrior. So this card was sitting at $2.88 and went down all the way to 38 cents, which again is an 87% reduction. And the reason why I gave this the top 1 spot over Infernity Mirage is because it was a higher value card to start with. Now, this card only has 1 printing from a previous Gold Series set, and I think right now it's sitting at about $8. It was likely more than that before we knew that this was reprinted and actually came reprinted. So maybe that's why the value started as high as it did. Obviously, this card was not short printed. So because there was an abundance of it and not a lot of demand for this card in particular compared to a lot of the other cards that came in Maximum Gold, that's why this card likely started as high as it did and dropped down as significantly as it did. It's an interesting card because if it's Synchro Summon, you draw a card, so maybe it's good into like Synchro Climbing or something like that. So now let's go through some honorable mentions for losers in this product as well. Starting with Eldritch the Golden Lord, if you guys can see that on the far left, which dropped by 43%. It started at $22, went down to $13. This was something I absolutely saw was going to happen because if you look at cards like Pot of Extravagance, Savage Dragon, Appaloosa, in Tins of Lost Memory, most of those cards only had 1 printing at the time, and in its reprint in Tins of Lost Memory, coming as prismatic rares or ultra rares, the value dropped very similar from like a $25 card down to a $13 to like an $8 card, depending on which card you look at. I don't really see it going up that much more in value, so I don't really see it as an investment, but I could be wrong. Harpy's Feather Duster, I think the fact that it just got off the ban list, it started at roughly $14, dropped very significantly. I don't think it was a card that was really that short printed, so it dropped by 49%. Moral Sword Dragon, not that surprising, went from a $7 card to roughly a $3 card, dropping 62%. There's a fair amount of reprints of it already, and it hasn't been seeing that much meta play. Kitchen Dragon Maid, very similar to Nurse Dragon Maid, went from a $5.52 to $2.55, dropping 54%. Miscellaneous Source dropped 59% in value. Alistair the Invoker, the alternate art, which actually might be a good investment to consider, being in its premium gold rarity and an alternate art, dropped in 53% in value. And Solemn Judgment dropped 58% in value. There's a lot of printings of Solemn Judgment. Don't know how much this card will actually go back up in value. I would say out of all of these cards, likely Alistair the Invoker and Miscellaneosaurus, I would say, are probably cards that could go up in value. Miscellaneosaurus only has common printings. This is the highest rarity of this card. Overall, based on current ratios and value in the marketplace, if you bought a case of Maximum Gold right now and opened it, I am projecting it would be a loss of roughly 14 to 37%. And that's assuming if you bought a case at roughly $400 to $420 in value. As I mentioned at the beginning of this video, from pre-sales to market launch, the singles within Maximum Gold went down by an average of 25%, while tins lost 53%. So that does show a significant difference for premium gold gold rares versus what came in the tins. Something else to mention is that these losers can turn into winners. As I mentioned, some of these cards you might want to go in and buy now as singles. Some of these cards are at their all-time low. Some of them might see a little more of a decrease, but I think they've saw their sharpest drop that they're going to see. So really the best time to pick up some of these cards is now, especially cards that you may feel are going to go up in value. What I feel gives this set long-term potential for both sealed and singles is one, the demand for this premium gold rarity. As I mentioned, even though all of these cards are reprints and most people may already have a lot of cards that are in this set, people might want to have the premium gold rarity as well in addition to the rarities that they may already have, because a lot of people really like this premium gold rarity. Also, the demand for the alternate arts in the premium gold rarity as well. You have Appaloosa, you have Stratos, you have Droll and Lockbird, Alistair the Invoker, Boral Sword Dragon, and you also have the alternate arts that came out of Duel Overload coming in the premium gold rarity as well. Those are things that people may be interested to have and have in their collection or would rather play over the originals. Also, the nostalgic reprints. I think Blue Eyes White Dragon, Dark Magician, Red Eyes Black Dragon, even Gaia the Dragon Champion, those are cards that I think were good choices by Konami to include in this set for the nostalgic value, because I think that's going to help the long-term potential sealed for this product more than anything else. Also, there's just so many generic tech card reprints within today's meta. You have Nibiru, Droll and Lockbird, Imperm, all the Ghost Girls, etc., and they're all coming in this sought-after premium gold rarity. Even though most people may already have Nibiru as an example in the 2019 Sarcophagus tins, people might want to have the premium gold rarity as well, in addition to impermanence. And lastly, especially for sealed, there's a crazy amount of factory errors and misprints within maximum gold right now. People are actually crazy for those misprints. A lot of people want to have them. A lot of people are paying top dollar right now. If you guys have been following some of these Facebook groups that sell misprint cards, pretty crazy. And I could see that actually helping long-term value for maximum gold down the road. This is forever going to be a product that people are going to know came with a ton of misprints and factory errors. All right, guys, so that's going to do it for this video. I'd love to know what you guys think about the top 5 winners and losers within maximum gold, or some of the cards that have gone up and down in value, or this set in general. Let me know down in the comments below. Also, I'd love to know if you guys enjoy these types of conversations. This is the first time we've really done a video kind of like this, and I can do top 5 winners and losers for all future product if that's something that you guys would like to see. Again, if you enjoy discussions on modern Yu-Gi-Oh product, make sure you stop right now and subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any videos from me. And in order to help the YouTube algorithm, especially if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like this video. That way it'll help people find this content. We can help grow this channel together. Guys, I appreciate you stopping by, and I'll see you on the next video on Rogue Duelist Trade.